All right, hi there, guys. This is Kulisi, and I wanted to spend some time to start a Tongan language series. And the reason being is that I speak Tongan. I'm not going to say I'm the best Tongan speaker out there, but I have been speaking Tongan for quite some time, and I just want to really put this together for my older kids, number one, because they don't speak Tongan, and for anybody else who's learning. And usually people who are learning usually comes down to a few groups of people that are working in government, maybe that want to be able to communicate better. You have Peace Corps workers. Mormon missionaries are a huge group that speak the language or that are learning to speak the language. That's where I learned. Well, anybody else out there, there's a lot of Tongans that live in the States and New Zealand and Australia that want to learn how to speak it, and they don't really know how to speak it well. I'm just gonna get into it here, and this is your key to the Pacific. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing I want to do is just give you some background. You guys can obviously Google Tonga and learn a lot about it, but Tonga is a group of a number of islands. I want to say there's about, I think there's over 170 islands, if I'm correct, and there's about 30 plus of those that are actually inhabited. And you have some major island groups. You have where I live right now in Tongatapu. This is the main island, and the capital city is Nuku'alofa, and I live close to there. And then you have Ha'apai group, which is a lot of smaller islands, and I lived there for a period of time as well. And also the Vava'u group. I spent some time there as well when I was a Mormon missionary. And there's you also have Ewa, which is south of Tongatapu. That's a pretty big island there. And you also have some that are not pictured here, which are the Niua Islands. You have Niua Toputapu and Niua Fo'o, and those are pushing way up towards Samoa. Not too many people there, but it's a cool place. Now, Tonga is a very unique country because it's a constitutional monarchy. Okay, not many of those in the world. This is King Tupou VI. He celebrated his coronation a couple years ago now, and pictured here with some of his family. And Tonga is very unique in the Pacific in that they're really the only real completely sovereign Polynesian country, in that they were never colonized by a European power. They're not beholden to any other country. They're influenced by other countries, and they do get a lot of economic support from other countries. But anyways, that's something that you can look up. So they're very unique. Their culture is very strong. They have very strong traditions in a way that you don't really see in a lot of other places. Okay, and of course it's a very beautiful country. All the islands are just as you would imagine. Beautiful oceans, a lot of beautiful marine life, and wonderful people. Some of the best people that you'll ever meet. And I absolutely love the people. My wife is from Tonga. She's from Ha'apai, a little island called Ha'afewa. Just to give you a little bit of history with my relationship with Tonga and the Tongan people, I first came to Tonga in 2001 as a Mormon missionary, and I lived here for 2 years. We have moved back to Tonga. We've been here for a few years now, and so spend a lot of time here speaking Tongan and doing Tongan things, and going to funerals and being with family. And getting started, our first Tongan language video, so I'm going to draw a lot from this book. This is the Eric Shumway intensive course in Tongan. Eric Shumway was a Mormon missionary like I was, and spent a lot of time here in Tonga, and his Tongan language skills are very, very good. And so this book is going to be a great resource. There's a few areas where I feel like it's a little bit dated now, but that's okay. It's still an invaluable resource, and we'll use other resources as well. But let's get into it. The first thing that we kind of want to get into is just some common language that you'd probably use. First, going through greetings, okay? So let's take a look at this. The most common greeting that you'll ever hear in Tongan is malo e lale. Malo e lale. And that's basically saying hello. Fefe hake. Fefe hake. How are you? Saipe. Saipe. Just fine. I'm not going to dwell on these a lot. I'm not going to try to explain these a whole lot right now. You can watch this video over and over again as many times as you like. Try to get the pronunciation down. My pronunciation is pretty good, I would think. Some people might critique me on that, but that's fine. But I'll do my best. So, saipe, just fine. If somebody calls your name, you would say, go out, go out. Hey, Kulisi, go out. It's me. Malo e lava mai. Malo e lava mai. Thanks for coming. All right, now let's get into common expressions and language that you'll use. We'll kind of put this in the context of, let's say you are a Peace Corps worker or a missionary, and let's say you have to teach kids at a school, or you're teaching lessons to somebody, something like that. A lot of these expressions here in this lesson will use that context. So, ko haiho hingoa. Ko haiho hingoa. What is your name? Ko Kulisi au. I am Kulisi. Kulisi, by the way, is what people call me here in Tonga. This is an important one here as you're learning the Tongan language. Koe ha Lea fakatonga ki he. And then you put in a word. Koe ha Lea fakatonga ki he. What is the Tongan word for oku ikai te u ilo? Oku ikai te u ilo. I don't know. Oku ikai te u ilo. Whanongo pe. Just listen. Oa e lea. Whanongo pe. Oa e lea. Whanongo pe. Don't speak, just listen. Whanongo lelei. Listen carefully. Lea ma lie. Speak slowly. Now, one thing I should point out is you'll see these little accents here. They make those letters more pronounced, longer. So, lea is speak, ma lie is slowly or slow. Goia, goia. That's it. So if you're teaching a kid and they get the answer right, say goia. Whakamole mole. Whakamole mole. Kaataki. Kaataki. Please excuse me. So it's kind of like saying sorry as well. It's a little bit different context. Please excuse me, I think is a good way to put it. Kaataki. Tali mai. Answer me. Tali mai. Toiai? Toiai? Repeat that. Ai whakataha. Ai whakataha. Say it together. Kataki toiai? Kataki toiai? Please repeat. Ki'i tahataha hake. Ki'i tahataha hake. A little louder. Okay, so if you're speaking to a class and you want them to speak a little bit louder. Mahino? Mahino? Understand? Okuikai mahino. It's not understandable. Okumahino. Okumahino. It's understandable. Malo aupito. Malo aupito. Thanks very much. Koe hae. Koe hae. What is that? Kamata. Begin. Kamata. begin. Kamata fo'o. Kamata fo'o. Okay, one thing I should point out here, you have these little apostrophes. They're like stops, glottal stops. In Tongan they call them whakau'a. And they just break up the words. So fo'o means new or anew. Fo'o. So you see how I kind of have a glottal stop there? Fo'o. Sai tautuku. Sai tautuku. Fine, let's quit. Too low. Excuse me. And this is in the context of stepping in front of somebody or reaching in front of someone. This is pretty important here in Tonga. So yeah, if you like walk in front of somebody, you always want to say too low. Who mai? Who mai? Come in. Now we've covered some common language there, okay? And again, this is just kind of getting some common expressions down. You guys can review these. I'd encourage you to write them down. Let's go over some farewells as well. This is saying goodbye to people, and this is pretty important, and because there's a lot of different ways to say these things. So if you're saying goodbye to one person, you'd say, and they're leaving you, walking away from you, you'd say, "Alua e." Now, if you're leaving and somebody is staying behind, you'd say, "Nofoa e." Nofoa e. Okay, now here's where it gets tricky. They have plural versions of this as well. Okay, so if you have a group of people leaving from you, you could say this. You say, "Mo'ae, mo'ae." Goodbye to several people. Same. So mo, and we'll get this in a future lesson. Mo is a word that signifies like a group of people that you're speaking to. Monofoae, monofoae, goodbye, if they're staying and you're leaving. All right, guys. So that's just a little brief lesson for today. This is going to be good. This will be good hopefully for you. It'll be good for me too. I mean, I've got plenty of room to improve on my Tongan, and I'm learning new stuff all the time. These are pretty basic things, but I hope it's been valuable. Take good notes. I'll tell you one thing. These little notepads, get a little notepad and write these down, or flashcards, and you can just go over it, again and again. When I was a missionary, when I was first learning Tongan, I had a little pocket I'd keep one of these in. Anytime I heard a new expression or anything like that, I'd just write it down. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. So I hope that this has been helpful. We'll talk to you soon.